So I'm here about a little bit later than I planned. We're here about 2 hours after the event started. Carson. And so here we are at the state capitol, at the state legislature, in front of the state legislature. I guess I'm going to start doing speeches here in a little bit, and they're marching a little bit. I just want to give you a little bit of a early preview of how things are at this hour. Here in the grounds of the state legislature for a protest that began at around 2 o'clock here in Carson City, Nevada. So, here we are. I don't have much to report this hour because I guess this is just kind of right now the state of affairs as they are. So again, nothing out of the ordinary has occurred. This is just in support of Jacob Davis here in Carson. And I'll just kind of briefly walk you through here. Good argument. Briefly walk you through what it looks like. So normally, how the protest has usually been going on is normally there's an opposition side. And they were here earlier today. Well, that was earlier today. Not so much in number at this hour, as a lot of them came in earlier. So this is kind of what remains of that contingent at this hour. And this is what the legislative grounds look So I'm going to do something. I'm going to ask a gentleman out there. I guess there's a gentleman in the hat right there. I'd like to talk to him real quick, as he was the organizer of an event in so I have a quick question. I'm going to put you on the spot here, but you're running for city council in South Lake Tahoe, right? Would you be willing to do a live interview? Right, cool. Thanks. So, my name is Don Dick. Right for this is Reno, here in Reno, Nevada. And I couldn't help but notice you organized, or at least we're going to organize an event in Minden. And also you're a candidate for office up at the lake, correct?
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you, what made you decide to try to organize the event that was planned this morning?
My people. What I saw on August 8th.
Let me ask you, let me preface that. Who are you, by the way?
My name is Kevin Brunner. I am a future city council candidate for South Lake Tahoe. Also,
I'm going to move you over a little bit.
I'm also an activist, and that's who I am.
Okay. So, going back to that question, what made you decide to do the event?
So my heart, the pain, and especially the fact that what I saw on August 8th, what these people endured was completely just outrageous. They have to be held accountable, and the only way that we can bring any type of sense to them is to go out and practice our constitutional rights. So when that took place on August 8th, it was an army that went to attack peaceful protesters. I cannot allow that to be brushed underneath the rug. We can't allow that. So I would go every day if it was possible. However, we don't want to die. We don't want to die for what America allowed us to do from our Bill of Rights. So I don't understand the fact that they really just didn't care about none of that. They didn't care about anything. They didn't even care to listen to why we're even out here. So to have the police department really back up their statement about the library was evident on that day. And we back the library. We support you. It was, like I said, it was evident that they made a statement and then they proved their facts about their own statement. And to see, we hold you at a higher standard. We hold our police departments and our people that are elected to protect and serve at a higher standard. You guys didn't do your job. Innocent people were getting assaulted. Guns. All kinds of this. If you're going to spit on somebody right now, isn't that not a huge threat with COVID? There's a lot of things that they just turned a blind eye to. And that's why I'm like, every day we should be there. There was one scheduled for today, and we went Wednesday. You guys, they didn't care. They weren't there when they seen us, and we blasted it all out there. We was there. Y'all didn't care. You guys did not go and show any type of force. There was nothing like that. So why did you congregate and order and put together a militia, an army to go attack peaceful people? That's not cool. That's why every day we should be amended. Or that's why I wanted to have that event.
So, that being said, what happened to the, what was the status of the event? Like, what ended up happening at the event?
The event was, well, the counter-protesters went, so they was probably bored. It was canceled because the fact that the threats that was given to these people, the threats that they're going to be followed home, pictures taken, their family's going to be killed. If we go back out there again, I can't have that. We can't have that. So together as organizers, we decided not to have it for the sake that we don't want no one to get killed. We just seen what happened in Kenosha. So that's what we don't want. So that's why we're trying to, we're keeping it, peaceful. We're keeping it by the book. So that's why it really concerns me that we have not got no hope for that. Okay. No one's taking any accountability for that. So bottom line is, like, we don't want no one to get hurt. We don't want no one to die.
Sure. Well, I want to thank you for submitting my interview with you on this, because I wanted to at least understand what happened today, because I was planning to go myself.
They want to kill us.
And I think I will definitely catch up with you later, because I do have some more questions involved, but I'm going to try to follow this going on right now, so I don't want to tie you up, sir.
All right, sir.
And just so I confirm, who were you again, sir?
I'm sorry?
Who are you in, sir?
My name is Kevin Bruner, future candidate for South Lake Tahoe for City Council. Also, I'm an actively active activist.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one. All right. So that was my interview with the organizer of the earlier rally today, or the pre-planned event. I guess now they're getting ready to do the next thing here. I guess I heard the speaker actually speaking. So here we go.
Remember the Twin Towers? We actually focused on 2 buildings. Well, it's impossible to focus on all the buildings. Understand that those are literally the exact.
Hey, BLM! I'm gonna need everybody to raise their voices and yell and scream and get loud, because we need to let everybody know what we're out here fighting for. You guys got me? Yeah! Whose life matters? Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Everybody fist up! Black Lives Matter! 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 Black Lives Matter!
Okay, we are watching us, the Sapple Grams. We are now.
Justice for Jacob Blake! 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 So y'all gotta get louder than that! Justice for Jacob Blake! Justice for Jacob Blake! Justice for Jacob Blake!
I don't know. We'll find out.
That shit is from Jacob Blake. Let's go. That shit is from Micaiah Lee.
Right over here.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna get right here, everybody. Everybody gather, piss up.
Okay, I guess this is the gathering place here. So they're speaking here.
Nobody take a seat. Everybody get piss up.
I like this shirt.
Thanks for
Thank you, bro.
Piss up. On three. 1, 2, 3. Fist up. This is for Jacob Blake.
All right, guys, you guys can have a seat. Thank you. Relax.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out today and protesting us in support of Black Lives Matter. Jacob Blake, Micaiah Lee, George Floyd, Trayvon Martin. How many more do I have to name? I appreciate seeing everybody come out here. Like I say every time, our group is so diverse. There's so many backgrounds here. And I think that's especially important in the time where inclusiveness and diversity is what we need. So I want to say thank you guys for everybody coming out here. When it's hot, you guys know we got drinks, we got snacks, whatever you guys need, we're trying to take care of y'all. And so we got 3 speeches today. I'm engaged Deontay Jackson, and I'm one of the organizers for the Power and Liberation Movement. And we hold these Black Lives Matter protests that you guys have been going to. And I just want to speak on Jacob Blake for a second and systemic racism and why it needs to stop and how we can fix it. So seeing another black man get murdered, or he that wasn't murdered, my bad. Seeing another black man, the attempted murder on a black man was, just another thing to light our fires. And it's just another one of these things that we've been saying all along, that black men are specifically targeted by the police. And if it doesn't make you upset, if you don't resonate with the feelings that we have, I think there's something wrong with you, because that's seeing a human's life gone. Not just a black man, but a human, is which we all are, and we all need to be treated like that. It's like seeing, for an example, my father get shot, or my nephew, or my brothers, or it could even be my sister or myself, because Breonna Taylor. And I just can't take it anymore. I'm getting to the point where, like, I feel so strong in the need to come out here and protest every Saturday I can. Systemic oppression, it affects all of us, especially the black community, and we're tired of living under this fear that the police are going to hurt us and that we can't trust them. and that we don't have these opportunities to, live the pursuit of happiness, which is stated in our most important document. So what do we do? Where do we go from here? Because we can come out here and protest all we want. We can come out here on Saturday and use our voices, but we have to do more than that. What can we all do to collectively send a message to our lawmakers, to the people in our offices, that we need this to stop now? I cannot see another black man get hurt in the streets.
Petition and vote.
Petition and vote, exactly. We need to all get out there and vote. This coming up election is so important. There's a lot of stuff on the line that we need to figure out. I just want to say rest in peace to Jacob Blake. Why do I keep saying that? My bad, guys. I just want to say I hope he recovers. Being paralyzed is, would you rather live or would you rather be paralyzed? It's almost like the hardest decision you can make. He can't even spend time with his family the way that he wants to. He doesn't have the ability to get up and go play ball with his kids. They grabbed him by his shirt. Why couldn't they tase him? Why couldn't they use some other method? These are the things that we need to change within our police departments. Excessive force. I just want to say thank you guys for coming out. Thanks for letting me speak. I appreciate every one of you. I love every single one of you for coming out. And thank you.
Hello. Hello. Woo. It's an emotional day today, guys. It's been an emotional week. Hello, Power and Liberation, friends and family. It's always a pleasure to have you out here with us. If you are a regular or you're here for your first time, we genuinely do appreciate your guys' support. And hello to any of you guys who may be our opposition, because you need to hear this too. This week we are meeting with heavy hearts due to the senseless and unjust shooting of Jacob Blake. It is beyond unreasonable that we are out here having to fight this fight over and over again. Let us just sit here for a second and imagine what Jacob Blake and his family are going through right now. Close your eyes if you may. If it's too hard to do, then that's understandable, because a situation like this is beyond hard to imagine. It's unfathomable. Jacob Blake will probably never be able to walk again due to the bullet that nearly severed his spinal cord. Jacob Blake will have to defecate in a colostomy bag for the rest of his life due to the bullet that caused most of his small intestine and colon to be removed. Eating will never be the same due to the bullet that penetrated his stomach. His kidney function is diminished due to a bullet that penetrated his kidney. One of the most vital functions for life, i.e. the liver, was damaged by a bullet. This organ is so vital, hence the name liver, that our body has a process of naturally regenerating it. Though it doesn't work in every case, if it works in Jacob's favor, then he still has to deal with things like nutrition absorbency issues and detoxification, which could be permanent. Jacob Blake may never be able to play with his kids the same or hold his kids the same due to a bullet. Jacob Blake will forever be scarred mentally and physically due to a bullet. No. You see, this is not due to a bullet. This is not even due to several bullets. This was caused by an officer's lack of ability to handle situations like Jacob's and countless others, allowing all white officers to police in all black communities, by a system that has systemic racism embedded in its core, by an officers whose thoughts of humanity only extend to those who look like him due to stereotypical views and implicit bias. I mean, come on, y'all. We saw this in Kenosha. where police officers were driving around in an armored vehicle, handing water out to white supremacists and thanking them for being there. Then they were telling Black Lives Matter protesters to disperse. Jacob Blake's children were in the car, you guys. A bullet could have easily ricocheted and killed or seriously injured one of them as well. What a lack of impartial judgment. You see, Jacob's family is in a whirlwind of pain right now. And when you couple together emotions like anger and sadness with the strength that comes from years and years, decades, centuries of oppression and senseless murdering of the Black community, you make a survivor of such a man. It is hard to even imagine being shot in the back 4 times. They released 7 shots, but 4 struck him at point blank range, right? Hard to imagine. Even the thought of being the shooter is distressing. So, at what point do you start to understand why a community may want to riot? Or why a community of people may feel so betrayed? Why a community of people may turn to act in a violent nature when violence has been taught to them by being perpetrated unnecessarily against the community for centuries? I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing my brothers and sisters getting killed. I'm tired of imagining one day what my son might have to go through. I'm tired of stressing about whether or not my pops is going to come home at the end of the day. I'm tired of living in a world where my nieces and my nephews may not receive the same treatment as their white counterparts that they go to school with. I'm tired of seeing people who look like me in inner city communities getting the short end of the stick. Tired of having to search Black cinema on the TV screen just to see people who look like me represented on TV. I'm tired of looking through magazines and other media outlets that don't represent faces and features like mine as the face of beauty. I'm tired of having to order children's books online just so my children can see themselves represented in a book. Sorry, guys.
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm tired of cultural appropriation by people who show no cultural appreciation and for dang sure no cultural protection. I'm tired of whitewashed history and hearing, you already have a special month. What more do you want? And guys, I know if I'm tired coming from a community like Carson City or Douglas County, then I know Jacob Blake is tired. I know my pops is tired. I know my granny is tired. I know Obama is tired. I know Bob Moses is tired. I know Merle Evers is tired. I know Bobby Seale is tired. I know that George Floyd was tired. And Breonna Taylor was tired. Eric Garner was tired. I know that Michael Brown was tired. I know that Sandra Bland was tired. I know that Tatiana Jefferson was tired. I know that Aurora Rosser was tired. I know that Stephon Clark was tired. I know that Botham Jean was tired. I know that Philando Castile was tired. Alton Sterling was tired. Freddie Gray was tired. I know Akai Gurley was tired. I know that poor baby Tamir Rice was tired. I know, wait a minute. Why is it that this list is just continuous? Why is it that if I didn't stop, I could sit here and keep naming name after name? At this rate, the list could go on into infinity. Although we know that's not true because America is going to see a reckoning.
Yes.
What's worse is that most of the murderers have failed to face charges, and the ones that do don't represent adequately what the charges of their victims would have received if they would have committed the same crime against that police officer. So, what makes an officer above the law? Why are they always immune to justice? I don't know, you guys. I could make a list with abundant proof and factual evidence, and we would still have people sitting out here in disbelief. But what I do know is that we need police reform, and we need it now.
Let's go.
I'm going to say that again. We need police reform, and we need it now. So what do we need?
Police reform.
And when do we need it?
Now.
What do we need?
Police reform.
And when do we need it?
Now.
Today, we come out here to honor Jacob Blake and countless others with such a similar story. The fight must go on until justice is served to the Black community. Like Thomas Jefferson said, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just and his justice cannot sleep forever. An exchange in the wheel of fortune is on its way, you guys. We just have to fight in patience, and the truth will be revealed. Thank you. I want to say one last thing. Today, I want to pay respect to Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace, King. Rest in power, King. You did a great thing for the Black community, and you will be missed forever. Fists up, Black love. Fists up, Black love! Fists up! Thank you, guys.
First off, I want to say thank everybody for coming out here as well. You know, all different shades, all different genders, or both. Or excuse me, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. I don't. Anyway, what I want to say is welcome. Welcome to the right side of history.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead, clap it up. Everybody here deserve a round of applause because we could all be somewhere else right now doing anything else. But we decided to sacrifice our time to come out here and advocate for people that don't even look like us. So, for the life of me, I don't understand how we can be rejected as a all-Black movement when we don't consist of all Black faces. We don't consist of all Black people. Go ahead. Waking up on Monday morning, you know, is troubling. You know, first thing a lot of people do, you check your phone, see what's current, see what's new. You know, and just so happened that when I opened my phone, I didn't see something new. I just saw the same old thing on a different day. My brother was doing some things that can be perceived as wrong. I'm not his judge, so that's not where I'm coming from. But what I will say is that 7 shots is excessive when you have your hands on the man. We know good and well that there's been an attempt to exterminate the Black man right here in America. We watched an attempt to push that extermination closer to its fulfillment. No judge, no jury, but the possibility of execution. I'm going to say it one more time. No judge, no jury, with the possibility of execution. And that's something that we face all too often here in America as young Black men, elder Black men. Even our babies aren't even safe. We know it. We can keep on saying names all we want to, but I'm not trying to really get there. I'm getting to the point that at some point in time, us coming together in this fashion, gathering more and more numbers by the week after what happened in Douglas County, you deserve a round of applause for showing up. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You deserve a round of applause for the courage that you're showing to come out here. Excuse me if you can't hear me. My point is that if we keep coming out here and keep gathering numbers, then we cannot be ignored. We've been ignored for 400 years as a Black community, and I'm not too sure how long it's been for other oppressed people, but I know that women aren't treated as fairly as they could be here. I know that, especially black women aren't treated as they supposed to here. So my main thing is we got to keep fighting. We got to keep coming together. We got to be more organized. One of the main things that I will say, while I motivate us all, is that if we could keep ourselves out of the altercations with the opposition, it's far easier for us to stay out of the possibility or the realm where our image can be misused. There was a picture that was taken where a man in a cowboy hat was standing in front of me, behind me, whatever, and he was pointing, and everybody thought that he was on the other side, because that's what a picture does. It feeds you words, and you decide what words it says to you. But so anyway, let's stay out of people's faces. Let's stay out of altercations if we can, so that we can maintain the fact that we've come in peace. If they post a picture, especially I noticed somebody take a picture and I had my finger up while I was talking to somebody, that can be perceived as me berating him, even though I was defending the young women that he was talking to. So, last thing I want to say is that it's choosing season. Every day, you got the obligation to choose to do the right thing. Sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it can be easier. So choose up. But when you do choose up, don't forget to hold yourself accountable, because each and everything that you reap, or excuse me, even each and everything that you sow comes from your reaping. Let's win this war together.
Does anybody else want to say anything from the community?
Were you just in the main area back before? Were you just in the main area back before? You come straight here from right now? That's your Are you going to UNR this semester? Are you going to UNR this semester?
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Okay, no, sorry, sir. I don't think so.
You're not with us.
Yeah, you can go talk over
So then
there.
get your own microphone. Go find a microphone and a speaker and come back. Yeah? Cool.
Read it.
So, sadly, this is a really incomplete list. Most of these names are from 2020, and some of these are from people who haven't even been recognized yet. Like Michelle Clouseau and Natasha McKenna, because the focus was on black men that were killed, which is equally as horrible. But these are just the names of people. Botham Shem Jean, Jacob Blake, George Floyd, David McAdie, Ahmed Aubrey, Sean Reed, Stephen DeMarco Taylor, Irene McCree, Breonna Taylor, E.J. Bradford, Michael Brown, Jamie Johnson, Anton Rose, Ryan Milton, Kaylee Moore, Terrace Franklin, Miles Hall, William Green, Samuel David Mallard, Tamir Rice, Stephen Clark, Benjamin Crump, Trayford Perlin, Natasha Tony McDade, Yasin Mohammed, Finnan H. Berkey, Eric Garner, Walter Scott, Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, Stephen Clark, Natasha McKenna, and Michelle Clouseau. I really hope that this list doesn't keep growing. Please keep showing up.
Most definitely, give it up for her hard work and dedication. Most definitely.
Anybody else? Okay.
Yeah, I saw him
You want to say something?
right away.
I-
And I looked
all right.
over here to see if the cameraman walked over to steal the camera. He was like, all right, try and get clout.
I came here today because I've been very pissed off for the past 2 days. 2 days ago, a kid named Kyle Rittenhouse, or Rittenhouse, crossed state lines illegally with a firearm and worked with the police in order to deter protesters. But in the process, he shot 3 protesters, one unprovoked, second, a year or two at once they're running away. This is a problem as there have been an unprecedented amount of people who have come in defense of this kid. Meanwhile, 2 people who legally carried have been they've been opposed by these same people, including Garrett Foster, who was a legal carrier in the state of Texas, who was shot by a far-right terrorist. He is called a communist and an extremist, when in fact he was only there open carrying like most people at said protests. And Philando Castile, who was a registered gun owner, got shot by the police. If this shows you something, it's that our opposition do not actually care about gun rights as they do who owns the guns. And it doesn't even matter if this is a legal way in which someone is carrying a gun, only that it is used to silence those who are oppressed people. That's all.
Y'all beautiful. I just want to let y'all know that. Y'all truly beautiful people. I wrote this speech a while ago. I'm Kevin Brenner. I'm an actively active activist from South Carolina. I just want to say I appreciate all of the organizers, especially Power and Liberation, for doing this for you. We all know about August 8th, and I'm glad that we were able to have an understanding to keep you guys safe. That's major. So yeah, that being said, change is socially and a condition that is chosen when one has become aware, woke, or enlightened. So stop sleeping in the game and see that American government has controlled you with blindness of understanding Black lives. Generations before us have been branded with the element of oppression, suffering, and brutality. America has an illusion that it needs to be great again. What is great again when the base of this country was built on the backs of enslaved Black men and women? Amen. There is no greatness in demoralizing our very own people and then taking the credit of calling it the land of the free. I look at, come on now, come on now. I look at America right now in an acute right angle. It's like math, meaning that the greater than sign is a mathematical symbol that denotes an equality between 2 values, the values of Black lives and the values of equality. We have had multiple chances to voice out and take action on what we know is wrong about what we all seen on that day George Floyd was murdered, and many more. I can't breathe. I can't what? Breathe. I can't breathe.
Can't breathe.
I can't what?
I can't breathe.
Has become this country's new breath of a nation. And with breath comes the new life of a nation. All their names will be the blood of this nation, and we the people will be the heart of that nation. Educational leaders are with our children majority of their day in a regular school year. Well, COVID kind of changed that. However, for years, have dedicated their lives to the studies of transferring information to others to obtain knowledge. For years, we have been educating ourselves in the knowledge of false teaching from our history. We need to institutionalize the proper teaching of our culture so that our kids are prepared for the real truth of our country. The school's curriculums have to be stabilized in an accurate research way and not just temporarily. The kids are the future. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Martin Luther King Jr. The judgment mentality is the mindset of what we teach our children at a young age. The development process in the brain is most absorbing at a younger stages. Everything is new in the eyes of our children. They are deserving of the innocence of opportunity to know that color doesn't mean anything when it comes to loving each other. I'm gonna say that one again. They are deserving of the innocence of opportunity to know that color doesn't mean anything when it comes to loving each other. It is the moral obligations of the people to guide them to paradise and guide them to success. School board of directors, look at that mirror. What do you see? See your calling. Accept the calling and help our future righteously. 2020 has been a year of war on America from our corrupt government, unfair justice systems, and the greed of money. Leaving the classes that are lower than the highs to be oppressed by choice, chosen by our government and most people with large amounts of money. That power will be stripped from those who have failed on respecting the true meaning of our Constitution. We went to battles as brothers and died as brothers for the same flag we all love. I refuse to let us die for color. I refuse to let you be uneducated. I refuse. Black Lives Matter around this world. Black Lives Matter is the platform for the immoral injustices that have been going on longer than our time, including Native American rights, including LGBTQ rights, Hispanics rights, especially with ICE involvement. CPS here in our own cities. I'm going to tell you right now, CPS in our own cities, in our own town. We got to stand up and fight for something or we just going to lose. Muslim rights, women's rights. There's so much to be addressed. Bottom line is help each other. In 1838 in Boston was the first police department created to protect shipping goods and property. It seems to be opposite of that whole creation. Government manipulation of protecting their property and their goods. I am not your property and I am not your goods. Coming together as one cannot divide the cause. We need to show up and demand our respect for our country at the doors of Washington, D.C. Police sergeants, police lieutenants, police chiefs, stand up, bring equality to your soldiers. Hold yourself accountable. I see you, you see me, now see us. We need each other to hold our country's leaders. You have to hold yourself accountable. To break silence. Don't get where you come from to overcome the evening. Get it. Feel my pain. No more grieving mothers hug their child. No hustling armed victims because of the lack of training. No racism is something that human race will always be race. No more killing one another because we choose not to fight for love but for self-recognition. No more using white privilege as an excuse to abuse power. No more working for less than what we know will be our worth. No more feeling sorry for yourself because you decided not to do anything about it. No more innocent people charged with false imprisonment. No more black Barbie dolls hung in any community, especially in South Lake Tahoe. No more racism in our community. No more only whites in our political power. No more reasoning with people that are in denial. Pay attention to your city, neighborhood, and homes to get to the bigger picture. You can't fight or complain about the problem somewhere else until you fight and fix the problem right here. I am not responsible for the acts of other fellow Americans and their ways of expressing pain, sorrow, and oppression. We are responsible only for that individual reflecting off that mirror. Decide who you're going to be, decide what you're going to do, and decide the future of your country. I'll end this where we started in this country with. We the people of the United States matter. So all lives won't matter until Black Lives Matter.
Hi, my name is Debbie Silva. I live in Minden. And as you know, Douglas County has a huge problem. It's not fun living there sometimes.
Wait, have you heard that they don't have
I just have more of an announcement, which is, as some of you have been reading the community of right-wing extremists are going after our librarian for Douglas County. She wrote a proposal that was meant to acknowledge diversity, to make everyone feel like they are included, that they love the library. She also said this is Black Lives Matter. So, but yeah, exactly. So now she is being investigated. And our board of the library is spending $30,000 or more to investigate her. She has not violated any rules, any regulations, any laws. But there are certain people in our community who oppose what the librarians proposed, a proposal. So we need your support. And I brought some blank cards, and I've gotten many signed today. But if anyone else would like to sign a card in support of the statement that the librarian proposed and support the librarian's job and oppose the money being spent, which is coming out of the book fund.
What?
Yeah. So thank you. Look for me. I'm in the back here.
Thank you, sister.
Hi guys.
Wes.
What?
Contact info of the board members. Hi guys. I'm Bill Sims. I'm from Reno, Nevada, and I just wanted to come up here because I wanted to say, like my sign says, we are only as blind as we choose to be. And the reason why I chose that quote is because it's 2020. Even though I am someone who can't understand, I do hear what's going on, I see what's going on, and I do stand with BLM because we need to get over this. It's time to end the racism. With what we are. And so I really just wanted to say that I am glad that I am here. I'm honored to be here. Wish that none of us had to be here, but when future historians look back at my name, I want them to see that I was on the right side of history.
Hi everybody, thanks for coming out.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi. I would actually like to just take like a moment of silence and just kind of reflect about what we talked about today. Okay, thank you guys. I just want to give you a quick update on what the Power and Liberation Movement is up to. Next weekend is our Children's March. How many are you coming? Who's coming? Yes, thank you. So that is a school supplies drive. So bring whatever you can. Supplies would be great. Monetary donations are great. We're going to put together some backpacks and send them to. We're going to hand them out ourselves. So bring your kids, bring your nieces, bring your nephews, bring your brothers, bring your sisters, bring everybody, because it's going to be a super fun day. And then on September 29th is our book club. Who's coming to book club? Yes. Good, good, good. Have we started the book?
Yes.
Are we loving the book?
I'm only 10 pages in.
Are you loving the book, Bee?
I'm only 10 pages.
Yeah, he drops knowledge on the first page, Bee. Anyway, so.
Don't miss it, guys.
Yes.
Remind them of the book if those who don't have it yet.
Yes, so it is Africa's Gift to America by J.A. Rogers. There are some paperback copies available on Amazon. If you need help getting the book, let us know. We will get you the book. We want you to be there.
Hell yeah.
You get PDF I just wanted to remind everyone to keep coming out. We love you. We thank you. And Black Lives Matter. Thank you.
Oh, one last update. Sorry about the giveaway. The giveaway is on Tuesday, so we're collecting supplies and monetary donations up until about Saturday, and then we're putting together bags and backpacks. Probably not backpacks because the kids don't. Well, I guess some kids are going to school, right? So maybe backpacks and just like little bags for little kids. And we are giving those away on Tuesday after that Saturday. So Saturday the 5th, I believe, September 5th, and then Tuesday is the 8th at 6 p.m. at Mills Park. So if your kids need stuff, please bring them. We are happy to help them out. That was it.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, guys? I am also from Minden.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's not great. Born and raised there, but apparently I'm also from Portland and Seattle and Oakland. So, on that note, I'd like to speak to Deb's point about this witch hunt into the library board investigator, Amy Dodson. If you guys didn't hear, I yelled that I have the contact info, including the home addresses of the members of the board and the deputy attorney, district attorney, who authorized and voted for that investigation. Before anyone gets on me about Antifa, they got our addresses. That's public record. It's available online. They registered to vote. So I wrote them a pretty scathing letter recently, and I wasn't planning to get up and speak today, but I think this issue deserves some attention. And so I'm going to read the letter that I wrote to the board and mailed to their houses. I'd encourage you also to write a letter and do the same. As a child, I loved going to the Douglas County Library because it exposed me to new perspectives. It allowed me a respite from the wrath of my conspiratorial, racist father. Sadly, it now seems that the library has been infected by the very same forces that inspired my father: fear, ignorance, and the distrust of people who hold different views. You see, this investigation against Amy Dodson and her staff you've authorized isn't harmless. By giving in to the requests of individuals who believe that Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization or Marxist fringe group, you've empowered these people to treat Black Lives Matter supporters as such. I know this because I've helped to organize multiple demonstrations in support of Black Lives Matter, including the one on August 8th. The number of times I've been spit on, assaulted, threatened, and called a terrorist while trying to peacefully voice my opinion in the town that I've called home for 21 years is appalling. It's also a direct result of the false narratives that are being spread about the Black Lives Matter movement and its supporters. Sheriff Coverly's statement that to support Black Lives Matter is to support violence is a perfect example of this. I do not support violence. My fellow organizers do not support violence. The vast majority of the protesters who have shown up in all 50 states and 60 countries worldwide do not support violence. Yet whenever we want to peacefully voice our opinions in Douglas County, we are met with assault rifles and baseball bats, with spittle and animalistic fury.
Go ahead, Wes. Go ahead, Wes.
Shuts to that guy. All we're being told that we're the violent ones because of how the sheriff and others have falsely described us. See, your actions echo these unfair sentiments that Black Lives Matter supporters are dishonest, dangerous, and undeserving of their First Amendment rights. I hope that as a member of the library board, you're familiar enough with history to recognize that the current state of affairs in this country demonstrates fear-mongering at its finest, and that historically, this phenomenon has been disastrous. How did Adolf Hitler convince his supporters to massacre their way through Europe, destroying anyone who stood in their way? By convincing them that enemies were all around them, among them, hiding in clandestine insurgencies under the banner of their political opponents. How did George Bush justify and garner support for the Iraq War and NSA surveillance complex? By feeding into anti-Islamic generalizations and false narratives about the supposed military capacities of the Iraqi state. How Donald Trump, Steve Bannon, Ann Coulter, and others justified the cold-blooded murder of 2 BLM protesters in Kenosha, Wisconsin, or any of the other 117 victims killed by white supremacist groups, right-wing militias, and affiliates of the Boogaloo movement since 2010. By focusing national attention on the isolated instances of property damage that have been perpetrated during Black Lives Matter events and using those to justify broad generalizations and conspiracy theories about the intentions of this movement, while I don't condone property damage, it is by no means a reason to justify murder or qualify the supporters of this movement as a terrorist group. See, if you or any of them can provide me one name of a person that has ever been killed by Black Lives Matter activists or Antifa, I will eat my words and never contact you again. See, we understand that when a police officer commits an act of undue violence, that it does not invalidate the entire institution of law enforcement. Why is this logic not applied to the Black Lives Matter movement? Most of the people protesting in support of the Black Lives Matter movement have no connection to the Black Lives Matter nonprofit, nor are they connected to the minuscule portion of protest attendees who have committed acts of property damage. We are not paid, and we are not reporting to some central authority. We are simply people united in our demands for racial justice and police accountability. I've had multiple conversations with the Douglas County Sheriff's Administration and the organizers of the Office of Counterpart. By the end of these meetings, these fellow communities will realize
Joseph Biden. Is that you, clown enforcement? That makes a lot of sense, bro. Barack Hussein Obama was clean
furthering the false narrative.
destroying Black lives and frankly all of our lives. They decided
Furthering the false narrative and endangering myself and everyone else in this community every day. I don't want to attend a library that sees supporters of Black Lives Matter that obeys the demands of people who treat me like a terrorist. People who have stalked me, taken pictures of my family, and made detailed plans on how to harm me. I'm lucky, I am grateful to know that most of these threats are idle threats. Even in my wildest fantasies, I couldn't dream up a worse use for taxpayer money than the witch hunt you have decided to conduct with. You can respond to the opinions I voiced in this letter, or you can choose to ignore them. Just know that myself and the other activists in this community will continue to contact you. We will continue to peacefully demonstrate. We will continue to stand for diversity and common sense reform, even in the face of violence and social disapproval. Maybe one day they'll do the same. If anyone wants their contact info, please send me.
Alright, we're gonna let you guys go soon. We got one more after this. Don't forget, we're all over social media. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We got our emails to look out for that. If you guys got Facebook, just go ahead and
All right, you guys, thank you for coming out. Thank you for your support. I meant to call my nephew right here up when I was giving my speech, just so everybody could kind of get an idea of what a 12-year-old boy looks like to be murdered by the police. It took 2 seconds for them to take Tamir Rice's life. 2 seconds. From the time they pulled up on the scene, he was dead within 2 seconds. So when I get emotional and I talk about Tamir Rice, this is why, because it could be my 12-year-old nephew right here. So small and frail and innocent. And for their life to be taken away just like that, it just kind of gives you a visual, like, of really what we're working with. So that was it. We need change. And I'm really sorry that, you see what's going on back there, you guys, is purposeful. They did that on purpose because we're gathered here just doing our thing, you know, representing each other, being peaceful. So they come over here and cause disturbances and see how people of our group get pulled away. But it would be better if we could just like ignore that, right? And just all sit here and keep doing our thing. If they're gonna shout and scream and be ignorant over there, Let them do it. We're doing our thing over here. Don't let them disperse us and mess with what we're doing. They crave the attention. We already have it right here. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much. If you guys want to stay and talk with us about anything, please do. But we are going to go back over there and protest for the last part of the protest until 6. Everybody finish up! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Thank you guys.
Oh, you have one? Okay, well then I'm loud. I'll tell everyone in my family. My sister's a voter, my mom, my dad, my sister. I'll take you guys vote just on me. Yeah, I'm on both. I'm on Facebook, Ashley I'll share
It is embedded by the Democratic Party, which includes the Civil War.
Sir, could I ask you a quick question? Sorry. Ma'am, could I ask you a quick question on record?
Yes.
So, I sorry to interrupt. I'll be quick. So, if you don't mind me asking your name, ma'am.
My name is Debbie Silva.
Hi, Debbie. And I guess I want to ask, what's the placard you have? I'm gonna let you get up here. What's the placard that you have there?
I live in Minden, Douglas County, and I was concerned about events that happen in our community surrounding a statement that our library made. Drafted a proposal to send to the library that was about diversity and inclusivity, that wanted to help all people feel comfortable to come to the library. And it included that they support Black Lives Matter. So now our library board has decided that they're going to do an investigation of library staff, in particular our library directors, because some in our community were opposed to the statement that the librarians did not do anything that violates any rules and regulations of their employment. They did not violate the Hatch Act, which is what some people think she did. The Hatch Act is the government employees who decide to support a candidate or somebody who's already in office. That's illegal. A statement about diversity and inclusivity and in support of a social movement, Black Lives Matter, is not illegal. It is appropriate in these times especially. Can you imagine what it feels like to be a black or brown Indian child walking down the street from school to go to the library and not knowing because your community supports you being there is just something we cannot accept. So I decided to get cards signed for people here today so that we can show our support for the statement that the librarians proposed.
Gotcha. And then that's what you're collecting petitions for?
I have these cards people to
And I have to apologize because I can only see like about a limited range here. So I'm going to move in a little closer and I'm going to try to, just get the top of that. I'm going to try to block out names here. So people can actually put their names in these things.
Yeah, and this one, there's some very simple. I support the Douglas County Library. Supporting Black Lives Matter is not a political issue. It's a human rights issue. So they're just nice, pretty positive statements here. And I just think we need to show that not everybody is, not everybody in our community is right-wing extremists or racist or opposed to our library being.
Okay. And so, if anyone wanted to gather more information about your effort and whatnot, how would they reach you or contact you or whatnot?
I'm just an individual. I don't have a website or anything like that. So I'm willing to give my email address. I'm sure I'll be emailed too, but I'll accept it. My email is draesilva. I welcome you.
There. And I guess in closing, if you had a chance to speak to someone who was opposed to this effort, opposed to the statement the library issued, and potentially was persuadable, what would you say to them what would you say to them?
I would say for them to think deeply about what they want our community to stand for, and to think about, again, what is it like to be a young person growing up who wants to use the library to feel comfortable. I would say to them, don't fall for some of the language that's being thrown around that calls the librarians communists and Marxists and worse, and to think about the issue. Does the library stand for diversity and inclusiveness? Yes, it does. So I guess that's what I would say.
There. Well, thank you for your time, ma'am. All right.
You're going to get me a lot of hate mail, huh?
Well, we're live, so hence why I wanted to ask. I
can take it. I'm 70 years old, so I've been through it. I don't care.
Well, again, I thank you for submitting to my questions and being willing to answer a little clarity why you're here today and what's going on, so I can understand what's going on.
I woke up this morning and I was just feeling like, I gotta be so productive. I can't keep fighting with people on Facebook. Yeah, I have cards. You want to send cards?
I want to head back here. So, guys, I'm live, by the way, so you know, guys.
Okay, cool.
So I'm trying to figure out. I think right now they're trying to get people over.
Yeah, basically they're going to just kind of be over there till 6. That's the plan.
Okay. I'm going to head back. Thank you. I missed my lanyard. So they got everybody out of here, it looks like. And the militia guys
I'm coming in hot with these Antifa bubbles. Be careful. I'm coming in hot.
So, you guys want to head back now, or do you want to wait a couple minutes? Or I think this is not nothing's gonna happen here. I think they're gonna stay here, maybe badger on there.
Yeah, I want to always up 10 or 15 just to see if they actually continue to be drunk, crazy people, or if we move on.
Okay.
How can you not smile with Bubble? How can you not smile with Bubble?
Looks like the leaders are going up there.
But man, Bubbles make it all better. Heck yeah.
And they're walking past. They're walking past. They're walking past them. Alright, you know what? I'm going to...
Oh, I got what you said. I grew up in Douglas, and I was always at that library.
Yeah.
And they were saying that they liked me just there, and I was like, oh, that's it.
So I'm going to head back.
Oh, that's the Bubbles popping. Oh,
great. I always tried to tell people how cool a town it was, growing up there.
So right now, It's kind of where we're standing. We're still standing in shade.
I felt that. I felt it.
Just kind of standing over here, watching.
So we got dog beds.
So we're just I think right now it's a matter of yeah.
He tuckered himself out.
Or what?
He tuckered himself out.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what to do here. I think I'm going to probably head back and figure a stationary post because it looks like nothing really going to come after this. I think this is. Oh, that rat's kind of peaceful. I think.
I walked away from him over in the corner because he just kept fucking yelling that shit. This closely, loud.
I understand. Tensions are high and it's hot.
It's not a great combo.
No, not this time of day. Speaking of which, I'm gonna head back and go burn up some wood.
Yeah, I've been hired since 10.
Oh God, that's a full day. You've done a full day.
Last week I slept for 12 hours after.
I don't blame you. This is exhausting.
Oh yeah.
It's exhausting, man. I'm gonna let the crew know head back. I'm gonna head back over, Ryan. Yeah, 12 hours? That's a long sleep.
Yeah.
Was that like a straight crash or was it like an unplanned crash?
Oh, it's just an unplanned crash.
Alright, so I headed back to walk. Hey, Kelly. Hey. Hey. So we're gonna slowly walk back to the line here. This is a place I'm used to walking back to from the governor's office usually. So they're gonna wrap this at 6, I understand. I guess what sometimes makes these events kind of fraught is the fact that sometimes it gets a little heavy. Hey, sir, can I ask you a question? Just to let you know you're live. And I wanted to ask you a question about your speech you just gave just now. What's your name, sir?
Wesley Alexander.
And Mr. Alexander, my name's Don, by the way, just to let you know. Nice to meet you again formally as well. So I just wanted to ask, what made you decide to write that statement you just read today?
I mean, when I heard about this investigation into the board, I was pretty irate. It struck really close to home, you know, living in Douglas County. I've been organizing community outreach, meetings with the Sheriff's Department, meeting with organizers of counter-protests, you know, all sorts of things trying to bring the community together to see these false narratives about Black Lives Matter just spreading like wildfire, you know, because of the conservative pundits and politicians who are, you know, coming up with them.
We're going to make you go back just a little bit because I want to get you in the shade.
And the local officials who are echoing them, like Sheriff Beverly, you know, it's dangerous. People call us terrorists. People power call us terrorists. It justifies people treating us like terrorists. I'm sick of being treated like a terrorist in my own hometown. I'm sick of feeling like anyone who supports Black Lives Matter is suspect, is deserving of investigation. I mean, it really is fear-mongering at its finest.
It was very passionate and very direct, and method-driven kind of speech you wrote today. What goal or what outcome do you hope the readers, the board members, and the community, what do you hope that they take away from it?
Well, that's why I tried to make it at least somewhat educational. Saying, as members of the library board, I hope that they'd be educated enough about history to recognize that this is fear-mongering. It's been around for as long as there's been civilization. This idea of getting people to dehumanize those who, politicians getting people to dehumanize those who disagree with them, to doubt those who disagree with them. It's a key feature of every form of racism and oppression that's ever existed. It's been disastrous. Like I said, George Bush using fear-mongering to garner support for the Iraq War, Adolf Hitler using fear-mongering to convince his supporters to massacre their way across Europe. I don't like when people overuse the comparison of Trump to Hitler, because Hitler was a bit more articulate. But at this point, when we have local officials ignorantly authorizing witch hunts against members of the community simply for voicing support for this movement, we're traveling. We made one big step in that direction, I think, with this investigation, and it's something that we need to educate people about. People aren't, for the most part, willfully ignorant. We're all a product of the environment that we were raised in, and again, like I said, I was raised by a very bigoted, racist father, and until I was about 13 years old, that was all I knew. Those were the beliefs that I held, but it's through education. It's through having discussions with people who disagree and really passionately but respectfully trying to debate these things to show that we are human. We're not terrorists. We're neighbors, people with jobs and careers and families. My main goal in all of this is education.
So essentially to humanize the moment.
Yes.
So I understand right now, and I guess if you could do this part for those who may or may not be aware of the events that have transpired in the last month from your community, if you were to characterize where it's at now, starting from the statement, the response, the protests, the counter-protests, statements, where is it now? Like, where is the community's reaction and the next steps in action are now?
Well, I think the members of the community who don't understand this movement, not just by the sheriff's sentiments, not just by the fact that they were able to come out and assault 8 people without any arrests being made by the DCSO. Because this is gaining speed at a national level. The shootings in Kenosha by Kyle Rittenhouse have been praised by conservative pundits like Ann Coulter saying, "I want that man for president." I've seen people around Linden at community gatherings praising Kyle Rittenhouse. This dehumanization is really, really taking on a lot of fire right now, and there is little being done in Douglas County to quell this fire. I think a lot of what people see this as is casting gasoline on the fire. And, I think that I am scared. I've lived in Douglas County for 21 years, more or less. And I've never been scared of going out of my house until recently.
What was that? What was that? Is everybody okay?
Yeah, okay.
You okay?
It was just a mistake.
Hey, everybody get
Okay.
out the way.
Right.
Everybody okay?
Hey, right, Wesley, you okay?
Is everybody all right?
Yeah.
Everybody hurt.
Okay, that happened live. We just had that just happened. We just had something. I don't know what that is. Is that an automatic discharge? Can I ask, is that an actual live firearm?
Yes.
So that is, oh wow, okay. So that did charge.
Everybody next to me, calm. Again, everybody's all right. Nobody's hurt.
No, yeah.
Anybody standing right next to him when it went off?
I was standing right about in this proximity, right about here.
Alrighty.
But I'm live right now, guys, so just so you know.
And it was on his shoulder.
Yeah, and then I heard the gunshot, and then,
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Hey.
So is he being questioned, or is he in custody right now? Yeah.
I think they're gonna just. I'm not over there.
Okay.
But we got to figure out how it happened.
Okay.
What happened, and just make sure everything's okay.
Okay, so just so you're running right now, right? Okay, so what just happened is that gentleman in the red was carrying a firearm. I'm not sure what make. I can't make it out. I'm streaming right now. As I was doing an interview with Mr. Alexander about the situation in Minden, I heard a bang, large bang, and then I turned my left, and I figured out when I saw everybody else go screaming, turned my right, and I looked and saw a gentleman turn to the ground, and that's when we figured out it was him. And it looks like that's when we figured it was his firearm. It looks to be a long gun. I am not sure at this time what else I can make of that, but it appears this time no one was hurt. It was a vertical shot, and that's all I can say right now. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, and we're actually live at the moment. Sorry. Oh, sorry. But yes, I was recording. When you're done with this young lady here, and for my video is trained precisely on Mr. Alexander, so I had no video what was going on. But if you need to talk to us now, right. You're welcome, Sergeant. Hey, Lucia, is there any audio, anything else you need from me?
What?
Is there anything else you need from me?
Just that you were standing here and I missed it. By accident?
I didn't see it.
Is there a specific info or anything like that?
No, I'm gonna go close though. Yeah. There's sorry. So
it's possible that it has been so
So right now we are just moments after the shot go off here on Capitol grounds. There's the weapon in question right now in legislative police hands. This is after a peaceful Black Lives Matter demonstration that's just concluded here on the Capitol grounds this afternoon. Right now, if you're watching this at home, there's a state situation. There's an interview of Mr. Alexander closing out the event here when feet away from me we had a fire, we had a round go off. At this time, no one appears to be injured, but that is the state of the situation right now. Just to make you aware, we are on state capitol grounds. Belonging to the people of the state of Nevada. So. So, it's just cool. Yeah. You got a whole Bob, right?
What?
You got a whole Bob, right?
You want me to?
Yeah. Good. He's gonna want to know. I think he may be watching, but just let him know.
Well, we appreciate you being appointed. It makes our job a lot easier and all that. I agree with this. Right. Believe me, I'd rather have it be this way than something intentional. Yeah.
So I'm gonna swing back to the protest. This is kind of the state of the protesters right now. All right. So after a quiet Saturday, huh?
Was there a scuffling that happened before?
No, it was just simply. I mean, that's all I heard. I heard a pow. And everybody else started, heard a pow and a scream. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna swing this around.
Currently, I'm doing right now. Yeah.
I'm gonna pay my life insurance this month.
I think you still have it. There's five.
Yeah, exactly.
No. It works earlier with them.
Should we ask him to comment? Should we ask him to comment?
Yep.
No.
We don't know I don't have a video ready to show.
Were you standing on the grass when it went off, or were you on the sidewalk? You were on the sidewalk? 100% on that?
Yeah, sure. Reception.
And this woman here was she was Stephanie. See that this gentleman was filming.
Yeah.
You probably have audio of it, right?
Right.
Okay. How far out do you think your perspective was? Do you think you had Grant in the picture?
No, I definitely didn't have Grant in the picture. So you weren't in the shot. My focus was on an interview I was having. It was strictly right in the aim line of sight. My audio would probably have picked it up on this side, so it would have probably picked it up
Would you be
initially.
willing maybe to send us a clip of it with a gunshot?
Yeah.
Okay.
It might give us at least we will see the trajectory of the hitting out like this, the dust. Does that make sense?
Right, like some of the fire.
Yeah. But he said it was pointed up.
Yeah.
I'll give you my card.
Sure, absolutely. Thanks, Miss Vicky.
My email's down there at the bottom. Okay. And if you stick around, I'll give you a case number. Just
Okay, thank you.
okay, so you're standing next to Grant. Well, I wasn't right. Oh, okay.
So, so that's why that gets that guys felt like typically that could be question That's my guess. Just for a record, I got C in constitutional law. And I got C in criminal law and procedure. So just for the record.
I see.
Do we know what type of firearm is that?
Well, it's a Walter 10 Romanian model. It's an AKM variant.
Done. Like, is there a country model to that, or?
Yes, for me.
For me, God, thank you said that. I apologize. Thank you. So, so I'm gonna send this video. So I'm gonna send video here, just so you know, to Deputy Vicky's email of the live stream.
Okay.
As soon as we are done, I'm gonna pull this off the internet. I mean, it's gonna stay out, but I'm gonna pull the data, and I can't I can't cut it up right after. I don't have access to Premiere right now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna, when I have a chance, I'm gonna try to splice the moment of cut. What I probably captured was the bang, and then everybody and whatnot. I immediately instinctively turned. My memory serves correct. I think my memory serves correct. The AKs are. I'm thinking of the 9mm. 9mm. I'm not sure what kind of round it was. I'm gonna step in the shade here. Sorry. So, those are quiet in. So just to recap, we are at the state legislature building here in Carson City, culminating at the end of the Black Lives Matter demonstration. It just wrapped moments a little while ago, and towards the end of it, we just had a firearm, variant just go off. And I'm going to go ahead and mic up here so y'all can hear it. I'm going to try not getting your shots, sir.
Do you want to scoot up a little bit?
Just a little bit, yeah. You good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So right now they're conducting a search of the gentleman's bag. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, unfortunately. This day is getting richer and richer. I'm going to turn around. Sorry. It was just on a stop.
that way independently. So there's one facing forward before Carson even like to be able to see that. But there's nothing so this is where I'll catch up with you in a second. I will catch up in a sec because I want to follow the chain of events. Right now, the development that just occurred. It looks like they finished talking to him briefly. Again, I'm not aware. They're making, from what it sounds like, taking the little I have from Mr. Wilkie's testimony from where they're observing it now. They are making a call whether or not, so they probably cleared him, said nothing unlawful is in his possession. They are going to seize the gun, that's a guarantee. They'll have to come back in. That's the gun right there. I don't have a name of these gentlemen. I don't have a name right now. Unfortunately. And that's his name. Oh, you were live. You can do that. We'll try to hold our name if we can. When he comes over. So if two things are going to happen, we're going to have the question I'm logically asking as I'm looking to see what the sergeant's going to do, because he's the chief. The sergeant is the highest ranking officer on duty for the county right now. We got legislative police right now because this is the person holding it to our perimeter. And I don't see their seniors on duty right now. Because that's what I'm looking for to make the determinant clear on their side.
What's the sheriff's number, sir? What's the sheriff's number?
Looks like it's names and who's because essentially that's it. I'm going to finish myself in this.
No, my son's in I don't know where my Hannah is. Well, my car is still there, so obviously my keys are stuck. My car is still there. I don't really know my car is. My keys are stuck. Whenever. Now we'll go.
Okay. There's a lot of times y'all just talking to one of us and you didn't hear right.
Thank you, man.
Hannah,
We just want to be able to see somebody who was that with us as they interact with the police officer. We do have that right, don't we? Do we have that right to watch? Not for him to be taken around.
Sir, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask what your name is, sir?
My name is Grant McBeth.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Grant McBeth, T-R-A-N-T, M-C-B-T-H.
And question, where are you from, sir?
I'm from Sparks, Nevada.
What's your name? What's your age, sir?
I'm 22.
So you're obviously of age, over 21. and a Nevada resident.
Yes, I'm
Can you explain to us right now what's happening?
So what happened was,
Or what happened?
I
And
became
if you
a
could
little
back
bit
up just a little bit.
So my rifle was this way, point upward with my sling on. I accidentally placed my hand where the trigger was. And as it happened,
Grant, don't talk. With all due respect, I know they're from my lips. Don't talk to anybody right now. Don't talk to anybody. I know, I know you're gonna do what you're doing, but just don't talk to anybody. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I love you, and that's all I'm gonna tell you. Just don't talk to anybody.
Great, Grant. I'm right here with you.
and that's basically,
I have no comment.
yeah. So I'm pretty much done with that.
So are you free to go under?
Yes, I am free.
And have they taken your firearm?
As for law, yes, but that's fine.
Okay.
And just can we ask? Was it an accident?
I believe so. Yes. Yes.
Thank you, sir. So I'll just explain. This is the young man who just had his firearm go off here on the Capitol grounds some time ago this afternoon.
Hey, Grant, let me tell you what.
And so
They say anything you say can and will be used against you in court.
So
Can and will be used against you, not for you. So you don't want to say anything to them that they could get a hold of.
So we just finished with Grant just now here. This kind of ends a rather tumultuous day here on the Capitol grounds at this hour. Hey Matt, can I talk to you again? Do you mind going on the record?
What's that?
Do you mind going on the record?
I'm hesitant, to be honest with you.
Really would appreciate some input of like what happened, like the moments, seconds after, just to give us some critical.
Or if you want to make a statement on how to move forward from this.
I know you're right. Honestly, I was standing right next to him. I know that his weapon discharged. I don't know what type of weapon it is, what it was. It's a rifle of some sort. I know it did discharge into the air. Thank goodness no one was hit and injured. I guess they confiscated it from yesterday to court. But that's all that I. My ears are still kind of ringing at this point. Still kind of shaking. That's really all I got with this whole situation. I'm just trying to stay clear and stay out of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I had to ask. You were right there. It made sense to ask. So I apologize, man.
No, you're good, Don.
So at this hour, so what time? We're at 6 o'clock now.
Yeah, I got to go to the store.
It's almost 6 right now, retail.
Retail.
Do
So
you want to call the sheriff with me real quick?
yeah, let's go talk.
We're gonna need to go in a quiet place so I can record it.
Okay,
For radio.
yeah, that sounds fair. Yeah. Do you mind if I run?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. All right. So right now we're about 3 minutes left of this protest or demonstration.
Did Deputy Dickey get your information? Or?
She got my I got her business card.
Okay, outstanding.
So where is it? I normally have my normal press pass for single
Right.
Boston.
Yeah, no problem. I just want to make sure you had her email where you can say outstanding. Thank
Yeah.
you
So
very
what
much.
I'm going to do, so you're aware, so we're still streaming live right now. I'm going to pull the data off, throw it on hard data. Normally I cut this up into a device.
Whenever you can get to it, so it's it'd just be very much appreciated. It'll help out Grant and help the investigation too.
Can Dickie comment right now, or does
She's
it have to be
gone.
the sheriff?
She's securing firearm.
Okay, got
So
it.
did you call the sheriff?
I haven't yet. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Serge. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So you're gonna talk to the sergeant, county sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah, PIO.
I don't jot those down between.
Okay. I can't remember his name either. Bale. Not Bale. I don't want to say Bale. That's our sheriff. That's not that we get a sheriff.
What?
Carson Sheriff or Carson Sheriff?
I don't. Do you remember who it was? I don't remember his name. But he gave us.
Starts with an F.
Yeah. Who is that?
Furlong.
Okay.
Furlong. I'm shaking up right now, guys. I apologize.
You're fine, though.
It's one hell of a summer, huh?
One I'll never forget.
We started
I'm
with
traumatized.
started with a hit and started hits and more hits and then trips to Cali and went to a national park and bang!
It's okay.
Not to shock you, man. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Not to them desensitized. You were irreverent about this. You know, that's about as close to a gunshot as I want to be this summer.
That's fair. That's fair. I was eating. And my reporter's like, get out there. Somebody's firing a gun like that. So I ate everything in like a minute.
So it looks like everyone's clearing out the scene. Just to let you guys know. Just do a quick wrap around. I'm glad I could help you there.
Yeah, dude, I didn't mind.
Thanks, man. So, us is, as the sunset falls on I guess this is the Trump train going on here. Politics comes in full circle. So as the sunset I'll tell you what, let me wrap this and I will jump on the phone with you. A fitting end to a fitting day.
Carson City, idiot!
Today's been enough excitement for me. I'm gonna go home and get medicated. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm gonna go home.
You're welcome.
Always.
What a disgrace.
What was that license plate?
Dude, they fucking ran him over.
Ran her over, yeah.
They fucking ran her over. They ran Brittany over.
Yeah,
they ran Brittany over.
Disgraceful. You don't believe it.
They fucking.
We can go together.
With suspicion is mine.
And we can build a dream.
Brittany, are you okay?
Get off the road.
They got the road to
Get up there, please. Come on, man.
Brittany, are you okay?
Go do the fucking job!
Yeah, we know, Kev.
Hey, Kamala. Kev, you seen Kamala? Man, relax. Thunder, you seen Kamala? What's up? He's got him. Yeah, he's got him.
It's different.
You okay?
Brittany, are you?
What the fuck? I was not even stopped. I'm not yelling at you. I just need like a minute to be Was anyone watching?
Yes.
I'm gonna talk to the police first. They're asking me. Alright, Rodder, what's up?
You thought it was over. You thought it was over.
Things just keep happening this Saturday.
Yeah.
Change the time of the protest.
Shit got real. Shit got real.
No, I said it was running into me, so I
Has anybody offered medical or anything?
You okay, Brittany?
Oh, I don't have my ID on me. I am. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
I actually don't have that on me. It's in my car.
You might do a statement for me so I can do a report.
You're not like totally hurt or anything, right?
So is she coming back or what are we doing? Yeah, says she's going to do a statement for me. She actually hit me. I guess.
Whoa.
What are we doing? I need some.
She's getting her ID. I thought.
Okay. That's fine. I'm trying to file a report, but we're not going to chase it.
2020?
Did you end up seeing what happened?
Not this time.
Did you guys see what happened?
Only kind of.
Did she walk out just like she just
No,
did?
she was already halfway out in the car and stopped when we bumped into her. This is when I.
Okay, so she was already in there and then they just kind of creeped
car
forward.
bumped into her turn. Goes like, what?
Gotcha.
And then they
Okay.
just-
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I am still alive. I'm still alive.
Motherfuckers standing around watching us while people run. My guys don't give a fuck about your activity.
So it's about a couple minutes after 6, and I was about to wrap until we just had an incident out here. We had a protester nearly hit by a pedestrian vehicle. Did anyone see? Is the car been stopped or is they?
Yeah, we've got him stopped.
Okay. Are they still? Is it still on Capitol Grounds or is it pretty far away?
It's far away.
There. I'm not gonna hump it. Um, so I think the question of the hour now stands is, what do we do now? As hey, so we're now so I'm just gonna note for the record this happened. Um, Moments ago, a protester was
But no, every time we try to leave, something happens.
yeah, we just had protesters run over. Really,
Run over?
yeah, pretty. That's not what we're watching.
Hey, you know what? This is recorded under video. Next week we worry about them kids. The week after that. I'm tired. I'm coming with written reports. I'm coming with case numbers. I'm coming with everything. I'm about to tear them up for that shit.
What's that beeping sound?
Because he don't want them to know how much he knows and that they're not going to do shit about it.
I always want to know, how do I know?
That's all right. Hey, we got the Children's March on the 5th, and on the 12th, the Sheriff's Office out here is going to be our topic of discussion. Write it down, say it again.
I was debating wanting to go up the street.
Some of the most ridiculous shit I've been a part of, bro.
So, just so I understand here, from what you are aware of, the camera's facing that right now. So, just so I understand, Brittany got hit. I kind of cut the license plate. Don't know if I got it. I didn't catch the whole thing. Did they get the other car?
I'm not sure. His partner went up to find him. They couldn't have been moving fast enough for him not to have got him. They hasn't gotten to him.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. You guys, so for the moment, is this done for right now?
Well, it was already done. The only reason why we came to the sidewalk was because there was a brigade of cars driving past, honking and protesting. Yeah, so we came to show, that they want to show them as we leaving that we'll stay for them.
Well, you guys plan on staying? How long do you guys plan on staying?
Just until Brittany is done. Once Brittany is done, we'll be heading out.
Okay. I just want to understand. Thank you.
Man, y'all should have. Y'all could feel my heart. You ever feel a chemical come down from your brain and go through your heart? It sucks. That rush. Like, I'm on the ground. I'm like, hell no, bro. No, I'm like, which one of these cars is it? Because this motherfucker gonna hit me too. I'm jumping on the windshield.
So, I know I'm just filming Brittany. This is kind of the error. This is the scene right now. There at the Capitol grounds. So right now I think I'm gonna do this. Let's close it. So let's go ahead and close it.
Having a baby with a toxic, having nothing to do with her toxicity. Yeah, 18 or over. In the back of the truck. 18 or over. I wrote power on the back of on the bed of a truck. I don't even see that. Bruh, it's crazy.
You just can't be on the field or toolbox or anything like that.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and conclude my presentation this evening with this report from here in Carson City. This is Don Dyke-Newcomb here in Carson City, Nevada, on the scene of another Saturday Black Lives Matter demonstration today in support of the young man who was shot in Wisconsin, Jason. Can't seem to remember his last name at the moment. We're going to be a little shook up here at the moment. And also, again, a protest in opposition to police brutality as well today. This is why this group was organized today. The group organized from 2 p.m. this afternoon to, well, presently, or at least still organized, still here, at least a small contingent. Started on this sidewalk on Carson Street, then walked all the way kind of to the west side, to the north of the state Senate chambers, where speeches were occurred, where scores of members of the Carson City chapter spoke on issues addressing the current state of affairs from Wisconsin, and also in reference to the Minden March as well. And then the audience was they let members of the audience come and speak on any issue they thought necessary. There were some protesters or counter-protesters that attempted to try to speak, and also some counter-protesters that tried to kind of be around the periphery. Today, that's kind of where things changed considerably. Approximately sometime between 5 and 6 this evening, an AK variant firearm had a discharge, an unintentional discharge, which resulted in a bit of a disturbance here on the Capitol grounds and this protesters. And then concurrently after it, it's got me still on scene right now. One of the Black Lives Matter protesters, female protester, was nearly hit by a vehicle, which right now we're trying to figure out what the location of the vehicle is. And that's kind of where the state of things are at this hour. So that's kind of how things are at this hour. As this event is now coming to an end this evening here in Carson City. Or at least is wrapping, or attempting to be wrapped. I'm going to try to still kind of get some more details of what's happened in the recent hours tonight, because I'm a little bit shaken up from some of the events that have occurred little by little today. So, this is Don here in Carson City saying good night, and please be safe, stay safe, take care.
I don't like the bullshit, dude. It's always some fucking bullshit. It's always some fucking bullshit. Every single time you deal with this motherfucking department, it's some fucking bullshit. It's all right though, because on the 12th they're gonna have to hear about it. They might want to come out with all of them if they too scared. Yeah, all of you. If you too scared, come on out, because y'all gonna be the topic of discussion on the 12th.
No matter who wins this election, we have to essentially create my
Don't even get me started.
Should we go to ring on that? They got all the black people. They probably seasoned their food. You don't got to season it yourself.